Hey everyone, it's Kyle from Kool Collectibles. It's been a while since I did the last retrospective look back at my G1 Transformers that I had since I was a kid. So I figured it was time for me to do another one. And I thought I'd go through the Season 1 Autobot cars that I've still got. So what you see here is pretty much that's left of the collection I had as a kid. I did have a few of the smaller mini-bots in characters like Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper. I remember having Warpath and Sea Spray as well, and Powerglide. But for the larger cars, this is pretty much all I had given to me for Christmas. So I missed out on other iconic characters like Wheeljack, Mirage, who else? Jazz, Trailbreaker. So some of the original sort of Diaclone figures that Hasbro took, I missed out on. But I'm glad I still got these, and I'm glad that my parents never threw them away after I moved out of home. So I'll go through each one and just give you a few thoughts on that. I love Sunstreaker. I think this was the actual #1 Diaclone vehicle, which came out as I think it was a red colour back in the day. So I think Hasbro pretty much just took it and gave it a yellow paint job and called him Sunstreaker and gave him that sort of pretty boy narcissistic persona back in the cartoon days. And you know, I love the variant from the traditional Lamborghini Countach sort of shape with the engine at the back and the wing. I actually only noticed that the rear wing has been lost. I've never really picked that up before until I saw some photos only about a month or so ago. So it's a shame that's gone missing. But everything else is pretty much intact. I've got the weapons and the hands bagged away somewhere. But definitely glad to have him. And people always talk about why Takara couldn't just do a yellow repaint of this guy and you know, release a masterpiece Sunstreaker. Well, you know, they got to realize out of, you know, just like the G1 cartoon and the toy itself, the transformation is completely different. So, you know, Sideswipe's got his feet there, and the bonnet here is are the feet of Sunstreaker. So I'm not actually going to bother transforming him. Actually, I might as well. So I haven't actually done this for God knows how long. I'll actually, this will probably be a test if I can remember all the transformations. And then you just move that up and reveal his face, and that's pretty much it. So it's a shame Takara haven't actually released a masterpiece version of him yet, because that will probably be one of the fastest sellers around, I reckon. So there's Diaclone #1. I guess the other Lamborghini is Sideswipe, and mine's probably a little worse for wear. He was probably one of my first cars that I got for Christmas, and I think the original Diaclone version was probably identical to this, and they also took that and did the Red Alert variant as well. But yeah, I think the release of this in masterpiece format was pretty much probably the turning point for the masterpiece line, and I guess the indication that Takara really was serious in getting back those official licenses and doing probably the best ever representations of these characters around. So, but as you can see, all the G1 transformations are pretty straightforward, and I can still remember them even after all these years, so that's a good thing. Now I'll go to Ironhide next. I was sure I had a Ratchet, but I guess he's been lost as well, because I can't find it anymore. And I think after Sunstreaker, the Diaclone line had this one next. So I guess the biggest issue with these ones is the hood coming off and the fairly simple transformation here. Oh, that's loose as hell. I don't know if one of these is going to break in these transformations of mine. I think you just turn the wrists around. And I guess the original toy suffered from having this ridiculous sticker as a face, and not. I think there were some third-party modifications that could put a head on here. to make it a bit more appealing. But and I was actually surprised because I totally forgot that even in the original cartoon they did have an episode where I'm sure it was Ratchet, where they showed his this rear cabin transform into the, I don't know if it was just a medical bay or what, but they actually made use of that in the cartoon. So I'm really hoping one day Takara release this in masterpiece format as well, because I think this is was a Nissan Vanette, I think it was, one of the Vanette vans. So now that they've done the Nissan Fairladies, I guess you'd hope that they would do the Nissan Vanette to get Ironhide. I mean, he's probably, you can't get much more iconic than Ironhide and Ratchet, so hopefully they get around to doing those guys soon. Who else have I got here? Hound. So another one of my favourite characters from the cartoon, and this one's certainly a bit worse for wear. So he's, I've lost the one of the front mirrors there, and his side step there, and he's all a bit loose all over the place. But overall, still looks pretty good, and I love how even the quality after 30 odd years, this is all sort of die cast, and it just feels like a quality product. It probably doesn't necessarily look a quality product anymore with the better technology today and engineering designs, but it still looks pretty awesome to me. And I think this one was, I can't remember which number, Diaclone, I think it was either 11 or 12. So I think you just, how do you do this? Fold these down back, I think, which should push the arms out. I'm not going to try and force anything here because I might snap something. So as you can see, I haven't done this for a few years, and these are getting a little tight, so I've pulled those out. So I think that's it there, and there is little puny arms, and there's his head sticking up there, which was I guess the cartoon was based off of these toys, so they made that fairly accurate, I guess. But yeah, if there was any other masterpiece figure again, I would love a masterpiece Hound. But it looks like they're focusing mainly on the sports cars and so on, so Ironhide and Hound and those guys we might not get to see for quite some time yet, which is a shame, I think. But there's Hound. And the last one I have is Prowl, and he's definitely the one in the worst condition. So I think most G1 collectors know that these panels here are all pretty fragile, and so as you can see, I've already broken these off probably 20 years ago. So they're all in pieces now. So when I first got the masterpiece version of these, I was definitely glad that the strength in the leg panels was much better. But still, overall, he's still got the iconic transformation with the waist turn and so on. And I think this Prowl was Diaclone. I think he came straight after Hound, so probably 12 or 13 or something along those lines. But that transformation, even the masterpiece version, pretty much stuck to that sort of scheme pretty well. So it's a shame all of these panels have broken off, and the paintwork, well, you can see the how roughly I handled these back in the day. Looking at my son playing with his toys now, I can, well, I'm surprised that these have lasted so long. But the quality, this is all metal here, it's all metal here. There's just, yeah, I don't know if they sold these days, or if they sold the masterpiece figures with this much diecast, I guess the price would be pretty astronomical, I reckon, because these are selling for about $60, $70 now in masterpiece format, and they're pretty much all plastic. But even the rubber wheels here are still holding up pretty well. So I guess all the chrome is all faded and so on now, so you can see all the chrome peeling off and so on. But the rubber on the wheels is holding up. I've heard a lot of stories of, you know, the rubber cracking and so on, but all of mine seem pretty good, even on my Optimus Prime and so on. I guess there's a bit of warping that you can see on these wheels, but no cracks or anything. So it's amazing how, you know, even after 30 years the quality is still pretty damn good for a vintage toy. So I guess you know, some of these plastic weapons are looking a little shabby, but what can you do? I'll hopefully be able to get a display set up soon, another glass cabinet, so I can put these on display with some of my other older stuff. I've only got them packed away in a wooden cupboard at the moment, just to keep them dust free and so on, but yeah, hopefully I'll get that cabinet soon and be able to, you know, put some of my vintage stuff on display. So I hope you guys liked that quick look. I wish I had more of these growing up, but I'm definitely glad I still got them now, and hopefully we see more of them in masterpiece format in 2015. Although they probably do say that they're going to focus on some of the Decepticons next year, which is pretty good too. So my next video will probably cover some of the Decepticons, some of the jets that I've still got and so on. So hope you can stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you see and what some of the other videos that I've got, make sure to subscribe, like, and give me your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys keep in touch with the Facebook page and the website, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.